Nice snap and spin I just saw over here on mat 2.
It's Caden Renish from Riverdale wrestling against Ethan McCullough from Basketball Wazika Steuben.
You see the final down there in mat 4 or not?
On 4?
Riverdale won, I know.
Let's take a look. Man, they're not going to.
Okay.
That's too slow.
All right. Moving down there to 170. And I think that's O'Neill from Cashton, which he had to be a stud football player too. Mat 2 though, you got a final though, don't you, Chuck? 182 Riverdale won there over Basketball.
That was Renish.
Okay, yep.
I'm pretty certain that was still in the first period.
That was a fall, yep. So he beat Pin McCulloch from Basketball. That didn't last very long.
Well, Renish, the top seed at 182.
Yep. Down there, we got 170, and I believe that's Brenninger. Yes, Cole Brenninger taking on Riley Wanik at 170 on mat number 4. So that's a good match right now. Wanik out in front 2-0 down there. Oh, wait, not sure I got that right. Or is that a different style Riverdale uniform, or is that a, no, it can't be.
That's Cashton.
Cashton, that's what I thought it was. Okay, yep.
He has Colin O'Neill.
Yeah, that's O'Neill at Cashton taking on Brenninger. Now he just, O'Neill just secured the fall. With 38 seconds left in the first period, he wins over Cole Brenninger. I had look at the wrong thing there. I was looking at my semifinals there. That was O'Neill from Cashton scoring the pin down there against Brenninger.
On mat number 1, that was a fall for Devin Judd from Reedsburg, and that fall comes over Caden Coleman from Weston Ithaca, the time of 150.
O'Neill was in the state tournament last year. He lost his Thursday night match, so quality wrestler there. But I'll tell you what, Brenninger is, he's going to be all right too, though. On mat 3, we have Zaid Plum of Belmont Platteville taking on Mason Jelenic from Richland Center. No score right now, but Jelenic is in position for a takedown. There it is. This is a consolation match on mat 3.
Yep, that's a consolation there. Yep.
On mat number 1, it's David Fargen from Weston Ithaca wrestling against Ryan McCoy from Hillsboro. Fargen, the number 2 seed in this weight class, 182 pounds.
Mat number 4, we're in consolation action down there too, I believe. Oh, maybe not. That is another quarterfinal. That's Ben Peterson from GET, and he takes on Avery Anzua from Baraboo. 2-0. Dyslexia in the eyes. There's the pin. Ben Peterson makes short work of that with a minute 15 pin in the first period at 170 on mat 4.
Fargen with a 2-1 lead halfway through the first period.
So we're moving along quickly now. We're up to 182 on mat number 2 and 195 on mat 4. So we could be done this round real quick. You're getting close to a pin there on mat 3. That was on that wrestle back with Mason Jelenic scoring the pin there with so it'd be 2:05 was the pin time there. So Mason moves back and keeps his day alive. he should be taking on Fry from Reedsburg. Won that other one, right? Semifinal. Pretty sure he did. So Mason will take on Laufenberg from Iowa Grand Highland in the next round. That completes 160.
Jack Schreier of Cashton down here on mat 2, taking on Mitch Burke from GT Melmin. This is a quarterfinal match. Melmin jumps out ahead now, 8-1.
Who won down there in mat 4? That was at 195, wasn't it?
Wow, let's take a look here. That was Owen Eddy of GT Melmin over Richard Bryant of Boscobel. 6-1 decision, it says.
Well, that was in a wrestle back then. Yeah.
Okay.
He was wrestling Bryant from Boscobel. That was a wrestle back.
Okay.
There's another pin. That's on mat 2 at 182. Who won that, Chuck?
On mat number 2,
Yeah.
I think that was Berg from GET that won that.
At 220 pounds, your top seed in Teague Perkins coming up here for the Hornets. On mat 4, taking on Carter Habik from Toma, a junior at 4-9. Perkins, also a junior, sitting at 8-1.
Mat 3, we have Tucker Deckenhard. He's taking on Tanner Wooden from Toma. He leads in that 5-0 at the moment as you've been watching that match. 220 down on mat number 4 now. And that should be another, that's the match that Ken was just talking about. That's Teague Perkins taking the mat against the wrestler from Toma.
On mat number 2, it's Luke Stotts from Baraboo wrestling against Bodie Brockup from Iowa Grand Highland. Stotts up quickly with a takedown, and he's got Brockup on his back. Over on mat number 1 yet, David Farjan holds that 3-1 lead with 50 seconds remaining in the second period.
Mat 3, we had somebody saved by the bell.
There you go, yep. That was Degenhardt who's out in front there now. Should be at 8-2, 8-0 now, yep. Tucker Degenhardt, a sophomore, number 3 seed here today. Perkins already scored a takedown down on mat number 4. Scored another takedown, looking for a fall now. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, Stotts with a fall in 1:03.
Teague Perkins with a fall in 50 seconds.
Boy, he got in real nice on that single and stepped across with it and right to the back. Good pinning combination there.
Farjan finds himself trailing now 5-3 as they go to the scorer's table to talk about things, coaches from both schools.
195, we're going to get some Richland Center action here as Colt Stibbe gets his first action of the day. He takes on Caleb Berkram from Weston Ithaca. There's a pin on mat number 3. That was at 182. That was Degenhardt with the pin from Iowa Grand Highland over Toma.
I wasn't listening. You just introduced the people on mat number 2, is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
I had to, that's relation.
You better do that, right?
Yep. Stibbe family from down in the Ash Creek area.
Yep.
Shelly and Kirk, especially Kirk has the same name that I do. His dad. Trails right now, though, trying to come out for a escape point or a reversal. Colton got taken back to the mat by Berkman.
Farjan will score an escape right at the end of the second period. Ties things up 5-5 with McCoy from Hillsboro.
Also 195, mat 3. We have Zach Imes, who we saw earlier today. He takes on Ty Nottestad from Westby. That should be a good match.
I'm at 4, Gonzalez of Reesburg and Brown of Iowa Grant Highland. Gonzalez out in front 4-2 as they go out of bounds and out of our screen. Yeah, mat 3, a lot of leverage down there, Kirk.
Yeah, they're too good. Nottestad, a name very well known at the Westby area. And Imes, as we said, all three of us has watched him wrestle the last couple of years. He's been doing a nice job for the Blackhawks.
Right.
Stibbe got on the scoreboard 2-1 with a violation point there against Berkman. What do you got going on mat 1 down there, Chuck?
Farjan's trailing, just give up an escape, 6-5 with a minute 2 on the clock there.
Berkman is not doing good with the illegal holds. The technical violation gives up another point. So now it's tied up there. Coach Kyle a little bit concerned. Never good to see your wrestler put in a full Nelson. That's one of those. Nice if you could apply it, but
you think it'd work real well. Well, it actually does. But over on mat number 1, Farjan is awarded a point as McCoy has been dinged for stalling twice. And so it's now 6-6 with a half a minute remaining in the neutral position.
no score on mat 3. That was a aggressive first period by both athletes.
Mat 4, Gonzalez leads 11-3.
First period ends on mat 2, tied.
Yeah, 2-2 on mat number 2 between Stibbe and Berkman.
Now a quick move by Nottestad. He comes out and gets a quick reversal on mat 3. That was a nice move there, Ken, Chuck.
Yeah.
Farjan, nice takedown here with just a few seconds remaining in the third period. Farjan moves on into the semis with an 8-6 decision.
You know, he fought off a head throw by McCullough and just, you know, was able to reverse the situation to get that win.
Number 2 seed, he redeemed himself there very well. Against a fine freshman, though, for Hillsboro.
Yeah. 12-6 your score, and a pinning combination down on mat number 4, and then the pin. Gonzalez of Reedsburg will run his record to 13-0.
Wow, good job. That's the one they debated at in the meeting, wasn't it?
Yep, that's right. That's going to be a fun semifinal coming up.
And South should be coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, he should be.
Oh, here
He's not on. Okay, this is that's going to be 285.
That's 285. He must be coming down on one of our mats down here. All the way up 285 and 195 on the other 3.
Yeah.
What do you have down there, Chuck?
Good question. 195 on mat number 1. It's going to be Mason Monderano from Belmont Platteville, and he's wrestling against Drayton Deglau from Riverdale. And Monderano with the first takedown, I believe.
Missed my relation. Come back and score a pin there in the second period.
He was in great position, had that half. He was chest to chest, and
3:24 the fall time for Colton Stibbe. Nice job, Colton.
Berkram, he couldn't even start kicking out at all. It was that tight.
So Stibbe moves on to the semifinals, and as a senior, that guarantees him 4th place in his home tournament. That's a good deal.
Going to get another, looks like Christian Center, or is this, yeah, it is another Hornet coming out here at 285 on mat 2.
Bruce Buckholz, another fine senior.
And we're going to get a pin down there on mat 4. Biermeyer of Ithaca Weston came out on the short end of that one.
Oh, that's a real good kid from Monroe.
Bunker.
Yeah. Bunker, yeah, he's tough.
He is tough.
As Kirk mentioned, it's Buckholz from Richland Center wrestling on mat number 2. His opponent is Isaac Henke from Reedsburg.
On mat 3, it's a 4-2 score right now. Nottestead out in front over, is that Emmis? Is that how you say it?
Imes.
Imes. Oh, Imes, duh.
That's our closest one to being another final.
Uh-huh.
Still no score in the Buckholz match against Henke at 285.
On mat 4, you got Bronson McCone, Iowa Grand Highland taking on Austin Culpet from Cashton. Culpet's got a pinning combination on right now.
Yeah, he's got a nice move there, yep.
Very close to the pin.
That would be our last quarter, and at least as far as the bracket. There, the 2-seed Culpet. Oh, now Buckholz did a nice toss there. Did you see that, Chuck?
I did not. I was actually looking at another mat. I heard it.
Yeah, nice toss there by Bruce Buckholz as he secures the fall in the first period in 1:45. Nice lateral, I think. He tied up both arms and lateraled him to his back and pinned him. So good job, Bruce, as he moves into the semifinals. There's another one, right, Ken?
Yes, Culpet picks up the pin in 121, and he'll move on to the semifinals. He defeats McCone of Iowa Grand Highland.
Wow, a lot of action here with 24 seconds to go in that match here at 195 between Imes from River Valley and Nottestead. 8-5 Nottestead right now with 24 seconds to go. Keep an eye on this one here.
Yeah, lower left here, folks.
Monderano winning by a score of 2-0 at 45-second mark of the second period. Now make it 4-0. The takedown there.
Oh, nice. Another good hip toss there by Nottestead. He's going to secure this match, if not the fall. Imes might have got a little bit more aggressive and kind of out of position, but a nice lateral step over there by Nottestead to win 13-5.
Down on mat 1, or excuse me, on mat 4, they're going to go to consolation round here.
Wow,
and
jump all the way back to 106,
yeah.
aren't we?
Hurley of Boscobel and Koss from GET Melmin.
I take it we saw all the 220-pound matches already?
Well, we got one coming up here on 3 now with Self.
Okay.
Well, you got. Well, that
I
one
got
didn't
285 and 195.
There was a fall there.
Koss of GT Melmin picked up the pin. Torado Lopez taking on Marshall Self of Ithaca Weston. That's the lower left corner of your screen.
This is Self out here wrestling at 220.
Yes.
And then Colorado is still wrestling, so that's the others.
These up
quarter.
5-0.
Chuck, you got to find who is it?
What's that?
No, Ken probably got it. Who was the final one down there? They had a pin on mat 4.
Koss of GT Melmin.
Okay.
Quick pin there. I didn't catch the time.
It's fine. Self gets an early takedown, and he has a young man from Cashton in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, that's Torado Lopez.
Okay. He gets off his back there, though. Consolation match is going on at least now on mat 4 and 2.
And Monderano just about ready to score a fall.
Even jumped up to 113 down there. That's a consolation match between Toma
job by Deglow getting out of that.
In GET, yep. That's a basketball kid,
Down on 4.
though. Yeah, okay, Toma.
That is Tyler Miller.
Yeah, Toma would have went up here, yeah.
Austin Gray.
I got that in the wrong spot.
Gray's out in front 4-0 now. Marshall Self out in front 8-0 over Tirado Lopez.
Here at 106, we're going to have another consolation match. And that's Belmont Platteville against Weston Ithaca. That's Mo.
It'd be Mo from Weston Ithaca and
Yeah, you get to say that name, Chuck.
Amaze. How's that?
There you go. I like that. Sounded good enough to me. Injury down there.
Monterano wins 11-0.
Well, Ignacio was his first name. You know, that's what you had said before. I remember that.
I thought he did well with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we come up with enough pronunciations. We're going to get it right once.
Is one, the match is over down there at 1?
Yes, it was Monterano winning 11-0.
Okay.
And Marshall Self picks up the pin here in the second period. Give him a 2:39 pin time, it looks like. Got a little injury on the basketball wrestler.
Did Perkins wrestle already?
Yeah, I got a pin.
Quick
First
one?
period.
First period, okay.
Yep. Injury down there. Now we're going to jump to 106 here again. Wrestle back.
All these matches should be wrestlebacks.
I still got a quarterfinal over here on.
I see
mat
that,
number 1
yeah.
now, 220.
It's that darn Mat 1 again.
Yeah.
But that, I think, is even a wrestleback too, but it's the first round wrestleback. Maybe not.
It's a quarterfinal.
That's was that Davis from Belmont Platteville?
Yes.
That's GET, Melman.
Missouri.
Missouri?
Yep.
Or Zurich?
Oh, okay. There's where I messed up. They wrestled 220 or that was 195 Monterano. Okay, yeah.
Zurich will win that by fall in a minute 4. Did Brown from Iowa Grand Highland or Gonzalez won by pin too, didn't he? From Reedsburg at 220?
Yes.
220. Okay.
On mat number 3, this is going to be Westby, Kylie Klum. He is taking on Baraboo's Desmond Severson. Both of these wrestlers are freshmen. Meanwhile, on mat 4, we got a pinning combination going on here.
Yeah, period saved him down there. But the young athlete from Toma there, who came from the bottom side, Austin Gray, had a nice comeback there. Now he leads 9-3 over Tyler Miller from Boscoville. There's a pin on 2, right, Chuck? And a pin on 3.
Yeah.
2 at 106.
That was the wrestler from Belmont Platteville winning on 106.
Baraboo's Severson on mat 3.
Amaze.
Baraboo won on mat 3.
Yes.
And that was at
106.
106 too. Where's he at in the bracket?
Going to jump up to 120 pounds on mat 3. And on mat 3, we're going to have Drew Sander, a freshman from Boscobel, taking on Leetsko from Monroe. A 9-6 score now, down on mat 4. Trying to make a bit of a comeback here. Gray still leads by 3. Miller of Boscobel trailing.
On mat number 1, and you may have said it already, it's Ben Reese from River Valley wrestling against Fagley.
120, the Monroe wrestler just feared a pin there. And that was, like you said, Jaden Lisko with the pin there. He stays alive for the day.
Thomas Gray picks up the pin over Miller of Boscobel down on mat 4. Just seconds left in that third period. Of course, all these matches are 1-2-2 now that we're seeing out here on the mat because of the consolation side.
Now, will they start the semifinals before we get done with this round, or do you know?
I hope not.
I read your lips. I hope not. I agree. Do you have a second copy that we could steal? All right. Thank you.
Here you go, Kirk. You got an updated one now for you.
If you could.
I like this one a lot better, yeah.
Yeah. And it's warm yet. They just got it hot off the press.
Yeah, they're nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I would hope that they would wait on these, right? That's
that'd be good.
There's a pin there at 113. That was GT down Perney against Lambert. Perney winning that from GT. Moving on.
What would be nice here to see if they would run the semifinals. Well, it's the semifinals of both Constellation and Championship that'll be coming up, correct?
Yep.
And so it'd be nice if you'd run the championship semis in the middle and the others on the outside.
Yes.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Down on mat 1, that's 120 going down there. And that's Weston Ithaca. Stoll taking on Thyme from Hillsboro. It's a 2-0 score in favor of Stoll from Weston Ithaca.
On mat 3, you've got Volts of Hillsboro and Braden Grant of Westby.
8-3 in favor of Hillsboro going into the second period.
Reese from River Valley with a 2-0 advantage there. 1.5 minutes on the clock in the third period. Consolation match at 106. These people in the consolation matches, they can wrestle all the way back for 5th. They win here, and then
there's a pin there on mat number 3. That was the young man from Hillsboro. Volts getting the pin.
And was just checking here, guys. Westby, I don't think they had, now that I'm just realizing this with all the action going on and get a chance to reflect back, Garrett Batlin for the Norseman is not wrestling today.
Yeah, he's one of their better wrestlers.
Right. So I wonder if he didn't.
Got injured in last week's tournament, or
might have got hit with the flu. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. They're going to stay at 132 here, it looks like. No, wait, that's Boscobel. Boscobel against Barrow. It's at 132. That would be Pillen from Boscobel taking on Owen from Baraboo. Owen gets the early takedown.
Race for number 1 right now. Gale Electric Trempolo is out in front by 1.5 points, 161.5 to 160 by Iowa Grant Highland. Riverdale 144.5. Reedsburg at 143. River Valley and Richland Center, they're battling for 5th and 6th. Half a point separating them with Valley on top. So it's a pretty good team races going on here.
Good.
Back down on mat 4.
Reese from River Valley wins by a final score of 4-2
What weight class was that? 106?
106.
Sign of Hillsboro is trailing Stowe of Ithaca Weston 10-2 right now, a major decision. Now 12-2 at the end of the period. Out here on mat 3, we've got a
It's
gap
been a
of-
takedown clinic
Yeah.
in near fall. Interesting that he's working on that in this round.
You're
But
going so fast, the track wrestling's not able to keep up right now. Now they got it caught up. Owen of Baraboo over Pillin of Boscobel. Oh, wow. Pinning combination right away on mat 2.
that 120 down there was a fall.
Caleb Klinkner of Cashton coming up with a takedown and some back points. He leads McNett of Monroe now 6-1.
Stoll with the pin down there on mat number 4 for Weston Ithaca at 120 as he pins Thyme from Hillsboro.
Okay.
Plum from Westby trailing to Fry from GET 2-0. And they've now just come to the, it's going to be 5-0 right at the end of the first period.
There, mercifully, Owen from Baraboo ends that match
Yes.
with a pin at 132.
Klinkler from Cashton up 7-1 as they start the third period in his match against McNett from Monroe.
Well, Kirk, on mat 4, you got a Schulte and a Schultz.
There you go. That's at 126.
Now the people that lose this round, they are done, is that right?
Correct.
And the winners will get 2 more matches.
Yes, because they are wrestling 7th place.
Right.
Will they wrestle, do you know, 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th all at the same time in the finals then?
I think that's what they've done in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
There's a fall down there in mat 1.
Yeah, that was Klum getting pinned by GT Melmin.
Fry.
Out here on mat 3, we're waiting for a wrestler. You've got, let's see, River Ridge.
138.
Yeah,
and
Joe Childs.
He's supposed to be wrestling Johnson from Toma.
All right.
There he shows up.
You know, they're both freshmen, Kirk. So
Yep, they're moving so fast that even us skilled announcers can't keep up. So
there you go.
132 down there you got right now, Chuck, right?
Yes, on one of the mats. On mat number 1, it is 132 pounds. I have not identified, I don't think yet, who the wrestlers are.
You
Is
got
that a Ithaca?
Ithaca Weston and Reedsburg.
Okay, it would be Middlestead from Reedsburg and Pickle from Ithaca Weston.
Yep.
Weston Ithaca.
Really like these new programs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Middlestead with the early lead, 2-0.
126 down on mat 4. That can't be. Okay, that's, River Valley. Yeah, those are the Schulte you said against Schultz.
Klinkner of Cashton going to pick up the win, a major decision, 13-1 over McNett of Monroe. Well, the good part is, like you guys are talking, the winners in this round, you know you're going to get a couple more matches and you're scoring some team points, and that's always nice to have.
You bet. These early tournaments, it's all about getting some of your younger athletes some matches in there and some mat time.
Yeah.
So that they can finally get the feel of what it is like to get into these Christmas holiday tournaments, which we know the bi-state's coming up here the 29th and 30th, and quite a field they have up there again this year, where hopefully later on I brought in the teams there and
Oh, did you?
can
Good.
talk about that a little bit. as we catch our breath.
Yeah, we're going to do that on a tape delayed basis this coming year, so we look forward to that.
Up to 132 on mat number 2 is we talked about. And that is, again, Johnson from GET taking on Parker from River Ridge. So we got 2 River Ridge wrestlers out there, but Chuck, you sound to me like you got a fall down there.
We did. It was Middlestad from Reedsburg coming up with a fall over Pickle in the second period.
On mat number 2, Johnson of GT Millmen. Out in, let's see, no score yet, excuse me, on Parker of River Ridge.
4-0 on mat number 3 at 138. That's the young man from Toma Johnson over Childs of River Ridge. And just they said that he pinned him. So Toma Johnson moves on to the next round with a fall. 37 seconds left in the second period.
Johnson from GET gets the takedown against Parker from River Ridge at the end of the first period. Again, 1-2-2 these periods in the consolation matches.
Down on mat 4, it's a 6-1 lead for Schulte of River Valley.
Hey, he's been dominating against Schultz so far.
Another freshman.
And jump all the way up to 152 now on mat number 3.
Yeah,
And
152 on mat number 1 also.
Okay. We're going to have Krieger from River Valley. He's going to take on Waldner from Weston Ithaca.
And on mat number 1, I've got Holst at 152 pounds from Monroe and Windsor from GET.
There we go.
Mat number 2, Johnson from GET leads Parker from River Ridge 4-1. We're just about to the midway point of the second period.
Give me a chance here with a little lull in the action as we complete our semifinals today. The Richland Center Wrestling Hall of Fame will get 3 new inductees into the Hall of Fame this year from the 1980s era. That will be Rick Berry, Kenny Shaw, and Mark Schmitz. Mark, I believe, is right now is sitting down here on mat 2, just a fine clock operator for the Hornets here. There's a pin though on mat 2.
Well, he was a fine wrestler for him as well.
Yes,
My
he was.
Goodness. I remember him. He was solid.
As Kirk said, a fall on mat number 2. That's Johnson from GET over Parker from River Ridge.
Going to get a takedown over here on mat number 3, guys. That is Walden, I believe.
Yep, from Weston Ithaca, yep.
Interesting, both Ithaca Weston and River Valley have similar singlets with the white band around the hip region.
Yeah, you're going to have to talk to those gentlemen about having more closer to school colors.
Yeah, right.
Did you notice that, Chuck? They are going by Weston Ithaca this year, but the old Ithaca grad can't get that out of his head.
You're right.
Yeah.
I had to pip you just a little bit.
That's okay.
Because the W is in front here, my friend.
I just kind of noticed that.
Here's another a note too. You know, you were talking about school colors. You know, then 15 years ago it seemed like everybody wanted to go to white.
Yeah.
Look out in the mat right now.
Oh,
now
yeah.
it's all black.
That's right.
As far as the singlets.
Mat number 4 down to the one Schulte win then from River Valley? Must have.
Let me see.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, it went by. It's already gone by.
Yep. Pretty sure he won it. A pin there on 145. Mat number 2. That would be young man from
It's a
Boscobel?
Boscobel Wetter.
Oh, really?
Wetter from Boscobel over Anderson.
Well, that's now a
West.
unique uniform they got there,
Yeah.
too.
And they got that ring around their hip also.
Yeah, I know. Those almost all three of those. At least the Westby one has a W on the front.
We're going to get a pin over here on mat 3.
That's at 152. That
Walden.
would be Waldner.
Yep.
Down on mat number 4, that's Mason Ulrich from Belmont Platteville. He is taking on. See, now I get myself in trouble. Gavazos?
You're on 4?
Yeah, mat number 4.
On mat number 2, it's Johnson from GET wrestling against Worley from River Ridge. No score in that, midway through the first period. And on mat number 1 at 152 pounds, it's Holst from Monroe wrestling against Windsor from GET.
Yeah, we're going to put our sponsors in on mat 3, lower left side of the screen here, since we have a wrestler apparently got injured there on that pinning combination.
Yeah, didn't see it, but they've taken some time to allow the trainers to work with him.
Yep.
There's a pin on one, Chuck.
What's that?
Is there a pin on one?
I believe it was right before the buzzer, I believe. I know the hand slap right after the buzzer, but I believe it was going to count. We'll
Pin
see.
on 4. There is Ulrich comes up with a pin.
Okay, it will be a fall.
Then I won't have to pronounce that name anymore today, Ken.
There you go. That was a tough one.
It was a good match there. Yours was at 152.
Yeah, and I believe that was Windsor from GET that won that match.
Okay.
Johnson from GET on mat number 2, leading 2-0 over Worley from River Ridge as they start the second period.
We have Abrams from Reedsburg taking on Thine from Hillsborough on mat 4. Get close to a fall on. Oh, he's going to get off it there on 160 on mat number 2.
It's like on mat number 1, they're waiting for a wrestler to come to the mat.
That's Johnson from GET against Worley from River Ridge on mat 2. Mat 3, as we talked about, they're in action. No score yet. Getting close to the 3/4 way through this wrestleback round. There's a couple weight classes. I believe 182, there's not many wrestlebacks at all.
Uh-huh.
We'll see here. Always tough to see injuries. Always good, though, to have good medical staff around.
Right.
To ensure that we give every precaution to safety of these young men.
Thank you.
Oh, Chuck took the camera off of,
Right.
Ken took the camera off of mat 3.
Yeah.
Just so you guys are aware, though, that is the young athlete from River Valley on the mat out there.
On mat 4, we got a 4-0 score. Abraham's out in front of Fine, Josiah Fine.
No. Let's not fight either that or we're running into a time issue. I think that's a time issue they're running into down there on mat number 1.
Yeah, I think you're right. Which is kind of interesting. That's always been the slow mat.
Yeah, but you got to give him credit though. He came back and took on some of those mats from mat 4 that got pushed down there.
Right. Only a couple mats going right now. Thanks again to all those sponsors helping us out. I gotta turn my mic down for a moment, Kirk. If you want to take those.
Sure, I'll watch these two here. We got one going, both of them going at 160 and 152 action here. If I can find my 152 sheet, wherever the heck I put that. Oh, there it is over there. On mat number 4 down there, it's a 4-0 score with the young man from Reedsburg out in front, Abrahams, over Thine from Hillsboro. And then on mat number 2, that's a 9-0 score in favor of the GT wrestler Johnson over Whirl from River Ridge. Now River Ridge wrestler does get a reversal, makes a little tighter score, but only 30 seconds to go, and he trails 9-2 in that match. There, we're getting the score right. 9-2 it'll be here as that'll wind down. And Johnson from GT will move on in the consolation round with that 9-4 victory.
5-0 score here on mat number 4.
Yep, that's Abrahams from Reedsburg over Thine. Now Thine, though, has got Abrahams in a lot of trouble with a headlock. There's the pin. Wow.
Holy smokes.
That was a turnaround of action there. 18 seconds into the third period, so it would be 3:18 pin for him. As we're going to run into time issues, I think, all the way around. It was nice to zip into that round, but now you're going to have that issue of caught up to the action in the upper weight classes there.
Yeah,
Cole Brenninger here getting close to taking the mat, though, on mat number 2.
Well, in the semifinal round, we're going to talk a little bit more about our sponsors. We'll do some mentioning there, as well as getting a chance to watch right now all of our sponsors on the lower left corner of our screen. Can't thank them enough supporting the broadcast today.
And without people like them, a lot of the high school sports and high school activities don't occur in communities, so very appreciative of their support of high school athletics. Now we're going to switch to a different match as Brenninger isn't going to come out at 170. We're going to have Monroe, which that would now be the Naley from Monroe, and he's going to take on Coleman from Weston Ithaca at 170, mat number 2.
Okay.
Down on mat number 4, they're going to start up action again, too, and that's going to be Boscabel, Kanata, taking on Azusa from Baraboo. Oh, and action back down over there for Chuck to have action, too, on mat number 1.
Yeah, there's no rest, I guess, right?
160 he's doing down there.
Got to figure out who it is.
That's Iowa Grant.
Laufenberg from Iowa Grant Highland and Jelenik from Richland Center.
Yeah.
Two 2-0. 2-1. Now 4-1 will be the score.
Pinning combination down there on mat 4, and it winds up a pin.
make it 4-2, and now a takedown, and looks like a pinning combination here for Laufenberg.
Pin down there at mat 4. Young man from Baraboo.
Yeah, Hanusa.
Hanusa. Who got the pin on mat 2?
That's a great question. Let's see if I can find it here. It was, according to this, it was Coleman of Ithaca Weston with the pin.
I think you're right. He acted like he won.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go to Brenninger's match. You're going to have two Richland Center athletes on your end, Chuck. We'll let you keep track of them.
All right, well, Zelenik is on the short end of a 7-1 score. The beginning of the second period.
Brenninger now
Brenninger,
taking. Yep,
yeah.
Go ahead, Chuck.
No, I'm going to say this is Brenninger here, wrestling against Brewer from River Ridge. And just 1-2-2 are the periods in consolation. Nice shot by Brenninger. Turns the corner, comes up and around, and he's got the first takedown on Brewer. Jelenik looking to fight off an armbar series by Laufenberg. And not looking good. Oh, and you see both feet come up in the air. That's usually a signal
Yeah.
that the supporting points are the shoulder blades. And that's what happened right there. Laufenberg wins by fall. And so you've canceled matches over there, Kirk, on mats 3 and 4?
I guess there must be time issues on 4.
Oh, could be too. What is the time now as far as between matches?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
It's
Still
still
45,
at,
yeah. Freestyle, the WWF, or however you want, USA, it's a half an hour, it seems like. But, yeah, we're waiting for Barragan, or however you want to say that. Barragan? Probably Barragan. And Deglow of Riverdale.
You're going to go back to 160 over in your mat, Chuck. That's
All right.
Monroe.
Yep.
Rufinuk taking on Gearing from Toma.
Go back to that weight class. I thought we were maybe done with it,
And
but it is
still have the
Joe Rofnok
Yep.
and Gearing from Toma.
Brenninger having his way here with Brewer on mat number 2. 7-0. And
Nothing
it could be
against
more.
Brewer at all, but he's out-muscled for sure by Brenninger.
Yep, and this could end it right here. Yep.
It will be. So Brenninger moves on.
27 seconds into the second period, so 1:27 the fall time for Cole Brenninger. He's still in action to go on for 5th place.
So we've got a time issue we're waiting on mat 4. Probably going to be a couple moments here, I would imagine, on 2. Maybe we'll get lucky, and they'll be able to wrestle.
This looks like Brickle from River Valley coming up against Hinderman from Iowa Grand on mat number 2.
I'll put the lower right corner. We'll put 2 cameras on mat 2 for now.
Yeah, that's fine. Young man on mat number 3, his name is Devlin Krieger from River Valley. He appears, we don't want to speculate on anything, but the safety crew is here and they'll be transporting him here shortly.
Again, thanks to those sponsors in the lower left corner of the screen as they flash across the screen here. Did they give us an estimated time of when they wanted to start the finals today?
I thought he said something around 3:30, but I don't totally remember.
What do you have for a time now, Ken?
I have 12:35 right now. So, I mean, really, it's been going rather quickly.
Yeah, very well.
I think.
Very
Yeah.
well, yep. Very well.
But you got another over an hour yet.
Right. With
So.
the
Yeah, they might
Lights
even be
coming
able to push it up to 3 o'clock. Well, but you have the half hour in there for that induction.
Yep, the Hall of Fame ceremony,
Yeah.
yep.
and
Yeah.
that's going to be around 3 o'clock. They said.
Somewhere on there. I see the big wheel down there with the awards is already there, Mr. Bill Twining. He's done a really fine job with that Hall of Fame committee for
Yeah.
Richland Center.
Yep.
It's amazing what he can remember and, and just what he digs up on that information. Just
It's amazing what he's kept in his house. His wife must be a saint for all the stuff he's got there. He was pulling it out. He graciously invited me to be on the committee this last year for the Wrestling Hall of Fame. And he goes in his back room and he drags out programs from 19-odd whatever.
Oh, that's great.
between him and, as you mentioned before, Gary Gutkinik, what he can remember is just
Yeah.
amazing. I always think of Christy Blado from River Valley. Is
Yep.
another one.
Yep. I saw Christy walk in today.
Hey, he was sitting over there.
Is he? Probably sure.
He must have moved, but he was sitting over there in the front row.
Okay.
To plug their site a little bit, River Valley has a very nice site out there on their website that covers wrestling programs almost back to the beginning of the tournament. I was even looking at some of those that were back in the 1950s, and it's
Wow.
just very impressive, you know. Third period down there, you got right, Chuck, 5-1.
5-1, yes.
Still
Gearing and Roughneck.
There's a pin, though, I think, now.
And that would be Gearing from Toma with the fall.
At
And that's at 160-pound
60
weight
pounds,
class.
yep.
There's a 170-pound weight class here in front of us.
Yep.
5-2 is the score there.
From the young man from River Valley's winning there. Oh, wait, I got that wrong. It's the Iowa Grant wrestler.
It's
that's
Iowa
winning.
Grant wrestler. I
Yep,
think that's
yep,
ahead.
Yep, he's ahead. Yeah, you got another one coming down there. Hillsboro and Cochran Fountain City wrestling at 160. They must just be keeping these together. Right now it's Hinderman here from Iowa Grant Highland, the young freshman. He's beating Blake Brickle. There, the young man from River Valley leads the school gym. Wish him lots of luck. Almost thinks that's my niece.
Brickle from River Valley.
Yeah, big comeback here for him.
A little bit too high, a little bit too aggressive there. Good job by Hinderman to get out of that pinning combination.
And he gets control again. Close to a fall down there on one. I believe that's the wrestler from CFC on top. Gets Novacek from Hillsboro.
It looks like a fall. And that was Henderson
Yep, from CFC.
with the pin.
So that finally completes your 160, Chuck.
I've turned the page like 3 times every time. I think I had all the 160s, did I?
I think you did. Now we're
But,
going to River Valley down there. That could
Yeah.
be 182. I don't think so, though. I think that's probably 220. Or 195, excuse me. Yeah, that's Imes from River Valley. He's going to take on Gonzalez from Toma down there in mat 1. Sorry.
getting mat 3 cleaned up here and ready to go here in just a moment or two.
Hinderman from Iowa Grand Highland will end up winning this match on 170 pounds, the wrestleback. Final score 12-7 over Brickell from River Valley.
That completes that weight class as far as wrestlebacks. Like I said, 182, there are no wrestlebacks.
Okay.
So now we jump to 195. We should be down to the last 3 weight classes here. But they look like we got full boat at 195 and a full boat at 220. And 2 matches at 285. So about 10 matches left.
At 220 pounds, we're going to have a Riverdale Iowa Grant matchup.
And it looks like they're going to split the 2 weight classes up, and I don't know if we're going to get back these other ones in action or not. I think they must be worried about time, and so they're going to stay with just a couple matches here.
All right.
So we should turn the broadcast over to Chuck, and you and I'll go to the lunch line soon.
We can do that. It would be great if you guys bring back something, and it'll just be kind of silent. But
No, we'll hear the chomp, chomp, chomp. Yeah, there you go.
all right, it's Brown from Iowa Grand Highland wrestling against Courier from Riverdale on mat number 2, and again, that's the fairly new mat for Richland Center there with the RC in the center.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Pretty neat. I like the way the lettering is done there.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to start up mat 3. That's nice.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to move the camera back, so
Okay.
try not to make people seasick there.
There we go, 220 there too, and that would be, that's Toma there. That must not be the right weight class.
Well, let's take a look here. It should be River Ridge.
Oh, there it is way down there, River Ridge. Hobbick from Toma and Hooper from River Ridge.
Now that didn't take long there as he picks up a 19-second pin.
Oh, I just got it out of my mouth and he pins him,
Yeah.
huh?
Havoc moving on.
Now I think
On mat number 1, it's back to 195 pounds. And that's a Valley wrestler there. Eames from River Valley and Gonzalez from Toma. Or is that pronounced Eames or Imes, or how did you pronounce it?
Imes.
Imes, okay.
Yeah. I did the same thing on that. That
Okay.
was
now I could have it totally wrong. You make me feel nervous now.
oh no.
I thought we pronounced it at conference last year that way.
Uh-huh.
Clash going to be held at
Ah, what a year for Wrestling Center. You know, they had the tournament here today, and then it was their turn to host the Clash the first week in February. Then the second week in February, they have a super regional here for Division II, that's going to be a unique experience for all of us this year.
Yeah.
The super
right.
regionals.
Division 2 or Division 3?
2.
It is
Division
2,
two,
okay.
yep. Division 3 is at Mineral Point. Mr. Manning said he was going to go there. He's got
Okay,
a pin
that's
here
right.
at 285. That was young man from Iowa Grand Highland. McCone, is he pinned Redding from Belmont Platteville. There's another pin in mat 2. Ken, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
though.
that was
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead,
at
Chuck.
220, and that was Brown from Iowa Grand Highland with the pin over Courier from Riverdale.
Yeah, Richland Center is going to host a D3 sectional.
D3 sectional,
Yep.
that's what
Yeah.
it was. I
There
knew
we
it was
go, yep.
something there. Yeah.
Yep. Well, Ithaca, I believe, is the host, but they're using the Richland Center site.
Right. Yeah, that should be interesting. So, yeah, right now I'm looking like you and I, Kirk, are going to go down to Mineral Point, and then we'll probably come here. We'll get to stay here the following week. So,
There's another pin down there. Was that Imes pinned him down there, right at 195?
yeah.
But just a side note here, or do we have time to? I'm going to do it anyway. Just a side note here, too, of that weekend of wrestling there at Mineral Point. Congratulations to Mr. Manning here. He's been selected as far as by the Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association, the outstanding media for the year. So
Wow.
congratulations there, Ken.
Well,
There you go.
That was pretty neat. I don't know. I think there might have been only 1 or 2 others in there, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, that was-
195 clear on the other end there, and that was young man from Riverdale. I don't even know if we had it on film, but that was Deglow from Riverdale. Gets a fall.
Yeah, I was a little
As he
behind.
easy beat the young man from River Ridge.
By the way, John Hamilton, the baseball coach for Westby, going in is inducted into the Hall of Fame for the baseball. So congratulations going out to him. And
Mat
West-
number 3 at 285. We're wrestling with the young man from Ithaca out there,
Biermeyer.
Biermeyer. Ithaca Weston Ithaca. See, now you got me saying it. And he's taking on Callahan from River Ridge.
I have another Ithaca Weston wrestler, I believe, on mat number 1
Yep,
at 195 pounds.
that
And
would
that's
be
Berkrim.
Berkrim. Yep.
Berkrim, okay, and he's wrestling against Eddie from GET.
Well, we're going to get done real quick now as they've started up all 4 mats. On mat number 4, we have Brokup from Iowa Grant Highland taking on Schlusner from Cashton.
That's it for
4, yep.
Schlesner.
Schlesner. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Knew your football technique would come in there.
Got to help a little once in a while.
Yeah, it was a great run for them. Yeah,
Yeah, it
great
really
for the
was.
Cashton Eagles and
Yeah.
in their successful year they had up there.
2 years in a row of the Final Four.
Yep, great.
And on mat number 2, must be a time situation here that
Yep.
they're waiting for. It's Osorio from Hillsboro going against Davis from Belmont Platteville, but they have to wait for the time.
That first minute period kind of helped out the young man down there at 195. Schlusner is Brokup was setting up for a nice walk around half there that he was going to have. Mat number 2, Berkman just gets the takedown. Excuse me, mat 3 at 285. So he gets the takedown against Callahan from River Ridge. Now you got action on both your ones down there, don't you, Chuck?
Yep.
Chuck, you just got me in trouble now.
All right, okay, good.
Yeah, that was my mom that called. She goes, "How come you didn't tell me you got an award?"
Oh,
Wow, that didn't take long.
That did not take long. So at least I know she's watching and listening.
all
So
right.
There you go.
thanks, Mom. Sorry.
There you go. Such
Well-
a fine lady she is.
Oh,
Put up with the Manning crew.
there you
Yeah.
go. Exactly.
well, Berkram with the takedown and looking to come up with some back points.
There's a pin down there on mat 4. That was Brokup from Iowa Grant Highland securing that.
Davis from Belmont Platteville leading 2-0.
Berkram must have got a
Osorio.
fall too, right?
Berkman just got that fall.
There's a fall on mat 2.
The 41 seconds remaining in the second period. That was at 195.
Yeah, this is action going real quick now.
Yep, we're going to wind it off in a hurry. 195 is done.
They got 6-pounders coming to the tables.
Wow, they want to get into the semifinals right away.
That they do.
220, we're finishing up down here. That would be